Okay, I don't see anybody in here yet. And of course, I don't know if anybody's even going to come. Am I even on? Okay, I've never went live before. I don't even know if this is working. There's nobody here. Nobody. Okay, well, there's nobody here, but I guess I'll just start talking about what's going on. That's it, y'all. Hey, Shannon. I'm glad somebody came. Hey. Yeah, today's the day. I'm packing up. He's just gonna get me this little cereal. My son and my husband had to go to the store to pick up a few things. And I'm just a little overwhelmed. And I was like, nobody was doing a live. So I was like, I'm gonna try to start one. Can y'all hear me? I've never done a live before. Oh, Cat, hey. Can y'all hear me? Okay. I mean, I've been here my whole life. I've been out of state to visit, but I've never moved anywhere. And tonight's the night. And I guess I'm scared. I'm so scared right now. And I don't know what to do. I don't want my son to know I'm this scared because it's just going to stress him out. He's got so much anxiety. Right, right. It's so emotional even when you're looking forward to it so much. I mean, like I told my sister, I mean, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm scared, I'm excited. There's still so much to pack up. We got our couch packed up last night. I ordered enough pizza to last us 2 days because there's no way I could cook, and we're not leaving until tonight after the chickens go to bed. So I have pizza on my dining room table because, well, you just don't refrigerate pizza. You just eat it the next day. It's fine. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, Look, let me see how this works. Oh no, wrong one. Yes, you are only going to be a couple of hours away. But right now, the spot for the sheds are not completely cleared off. It's been too wet with all the storming going up there, and we're going to have to go out to the property a couple days early, which is why we're leaving tonight instead of tomorrow. And they can't deliver Monday because it's a holiday and the DOT won't allow it. So that gives us 2 days to try to clear out the spot. And if we can't clear out the spot, I mean, we're going to be sleeping in our truck for 2 days on the property. So I have to leave my cat here because I don't have anywhere to put her and I don't want her to run off. So my sister's going to watch my cat until we come back down and make our second trip, because there's no way I can make all 30 chickens in one trip, 30 something birds in one trip. But I mean, that puts us living out like basically homeless until the shed gets there. And that's if it can, and if it even does come the first, y'all, we have to put it in a spot that it doesn't belong, and only one delivery is free. If they have to come in and move it to where it needs to go, that's going to cost us another $1,500. And where they have to put it, it's too close to the road to be within the covenants. It's like illegal to be that close. I could lose my whole property. So I guess I'm just a little stressed. I should only have one person in here. But of course, when Shannon started talking, there was only two. I mean, I've been in Louisiana my whole life, guys. My whole life. Thank you, Shannon. It will work out. I hope so. It will be an adventure, Tasha. Take it step by step. Friends accept it as it comes. Thank you, Kat. I needed that. It's just, I mean, I'm excited. I have a job interview the second I get up there. Although I think I might wait until the shed gets delivered. Although he's like, come talk to me as soon as you get to town. Like, they are desperately hiring people. My husband had his last day at work yesterday, and they had cupcakes. And because it's Memorial Day weekend, everything had, USA and, red, white, and blue, everything that they was able to buy at the store. But they kept saying, let us know before you leave. Let us know before you leave. We got cupcakes and brownies and all kind of stuff. So it was hard for him, He loved his job. And he's like, I drug up jobs before, but always had a reason, with the job. He's like, it just feels bad that, I loved these people. I love the jobs. Some Cat says sometimes we want to control everything, but we can't control everything. Have fun, friend. You are doing what people dream of. People dream of living in a van. You got land. Yes, I do. I have 14 acres. I would just go talk to them and explain the situation. It might make you feel better to have someone there who knows what you're going through and can be a source of support. Well, the neighbor across the street, I mean, the covenants are in place to allow privacy. So you have to be like 100 foot off the road and within 50 foot of your property line. That goes for fences, any permanent buildings or anything like that. And my neighbor across the street, he's the one who came up with the suggestion because he's up there. So he's looking at my land. And he's like, you might have to put the shed here, so he wouldn't mind. And it would only be if somebody complained being where it's at, because it's going to be further than 50 foot off the road, which is the utility easement. So there won't be no laws there. The 100 foot is just for privacy purposes. And it would only get reported if somebody reports it, if somebody's uncomfortable, wants to be a butt, and, say that my home's too close to the road. But I mean, it might be there until the end of wet season. I mean, it might be there for months. But it's either that or just living out on the land for months and just not letting them deliver the shed, which to me, that's worse. I mean, me and my husband and my dog can deal with that just fine, but my 15-year-old, there's no way. He'd be wanting to go get a hotel room every other night. I tried to go up there to camp for a week, y'all. He made us get a hotel 3 nights. 3 nights. Now, one of those nights, I was more than happy to get a hotel because I just really wanted a hot shower. But 3 nights, it's a 7-day camping trip. We're supposed to be camping, not going to stay in a hotel. And I have to help drive, y'all, and I cannot back up a trailer to save my soul. I told my husband everywhere I pull up, I'm just going to have to pull up. I'm a typical woman when it comes to that. Like, I cannot back up a trailer. I'm like, what everyone perceives women drivers are is me when it comes to pulling a trailer. Now, I'm a really good driver, but for some reason, and I have done trailers so much and practiced on them so much, and here we are pulling a 6x12 trailer behind us, and I'm going to have to drive with that. Oh, Shannon, that is so sweet. That is so sweet that you would even offer. I mean, we have a chainsaw and a 6'6" husband and a 6'2" son and myself. The three wood piles. I mean, if y'all watch the video, it shows them at a distance of probably about 50 feet or 40 feet. Those wood piles, y'all, are taller than me. I'm 5'3" and 3/4. I'm almost 5'4". But those wood piles are bigger than me. Has your son seen those YouTube videos of people who were doing what you were doing, maybe with Sports and Passion? Oh, hi, good morning. You just missed me having a little bit of a nervous breakdown. I'm moving today. I'm just, packing up and getting emotional. My grandmother married my step grandfather in 1984. I was 2.5 years old. I turned 3 that year. And we moved on this property because this is where he was. All right, so let me get back to what Kat was saying. It was Horse and Passion and what you guys are doing. He has seen videos and he just keeps saying it's not for him. It's not for him. He's like, I'm a city boy and it's your fault. But he's not really a city boy. He chose to be indoors while I was outside. He chose to not participate in the things that I participated in, going fishing. He gets so bored going fishing, going hunting. Um, he doesn't see the point of going to sit outside for, 6, 7, 8 hours to come home with one animal, if anything. He killed a rabbit one time and he was like, I don't know if that was worth it. I was out there hunting for 2 days before I got a rabbit. I mean, he's not as passionate about the outdoors as I am. Like me, I mean, I can sit in front of a river all day long with a fishing pole. I mean, you give me a fishing pole and just drop me off and come back and pick me up well after dark. I'm fine. I'll cook all my food that I catch. I mean, I can eat all day and have fun doing it. And he's just not that type of person. But I mean, yeah, this property for what, 37, 36 and a half years. My grandma, when she married PDOT, she moved on to this land. You see, Shannon, he's just like you. Not enough patience. He will not sit there and fish. And me, I could do it all day long. I can sit outside and stare at the trees for hours, just listening to the birds and the crickets and whatever. Um, I mean, I love that, but he's just not that type of person. And he says, it's your fault you raised a city boy. No, I tried not to raise you up to be a city boy. I mean, we've had chickens his whole life, pretty much, off and on. He'll go out and help me lock them up at night, but he just always like, it's like a chore to him. He doesn't enjoy doing it. Whereas me and my husband will go sit outside and watch until all the chickens go to bed and we have to help the ducks in. Yes, I can go visit my family cat. I mean, it's 10 hours. But once I get the animals, I'm getting more animals. Once I get more animals, I'm not going to be able to leave my home and my animals to come down here. And then I'm already trying to figure out how we're going to make this second trip. My youngest son, Ian, which is not, that's his middle name, that's what he wants to go by. He, excuse me, he was going to stay up there by himself while we came down and made the second trip so he can keep an eye out on the animals and, everything. But it's not going to work. It's illegal to leave a 15-year-old overnight for one night, much less there's a possibility we could be gone 2 nights. Now, of course, I do have my neighbor across the street, but and he will be fine. I mean, he will have a generator and everything. We love fishing. I caught a small pike and fall. What fish do I want to catch? I'm huge on catfish. I love mud cats, and whenever you go catfishing, you get a chance to catch a shoe pick. And a lot of people can't stand a shoe pick, but I'm gonna tell you right now, as long as you skin it, clean it, have it battered and in the pan before the heart stops beating, it's the best. It's like a catfish, but it's not as oily. So I love shoe pick. So I'll go catfish and try my best to get shoe pick. Extra expense, paying someone, paying someone to feed the animals while you're gone. Yeah, I guess I could pay somebody to feed my animals, Shannon. Yes. I cannot remember your name, Miss Six Soul. I'm so sorry. I've got so much going on right now. I've heard it 1,000 times, but I cannot remember it to save my soul right now. Someone help me out, please. I'm sorry. But yes, I'd love to live off the land. And that is what I'm going. I will email you my number if you need someone to talk to, friend. I'm here for you. Lori. Thank y'all so much. I'm so sorry. My brain. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you, praying for you. I have to get my truck's oil changed, so can't be on the phone, but so happy you came on before you left. Yeah, it's been forever since I filmed a video, so I actually filmed one the other day. I just did not edit it and put it up. In fact, I just deleted it off my phone. It was a day in the life of, but it was pretty boring. It was basically just me driving around in my truck because I had a lot of errands to run. It was boring, so I didn't upload it. I just deleted it. But you have a great day. And yeah, get your oil changed. You know, you need that. I wonder if Tasha got her oil changed yet. I haven't watched any videos in a while. 6-foot catfish break our spider wire, huh? A 6-foot catfish. Oh, wow. That is huge. Huge. Oh, no. I don't think I've ever seen a 6-foot catfish. I've seen one fill up a bucket on a truck, like someone drained a pond behind us. God, 20 years ago. And they had a tractor with the big bucket loader front. And they had a catfish that took up the whole thing and hung out of it. So probably about a good 5 foot. Thank you, Lori. It's scary. And then with us pulling that trailer, my normal 10-hour trip is probably going to be a 12-hour trip because the speed limit's 55 to pull the trailer. Yeah, we have some nice sized catfish around here too, Shannon. I mean, I've caught nice big cats. I mean, I have a picture of my son caught cane fishing, my oldest son, when him and my uncle went fishing out. One fish fed me, my mother, my two children, my uncle, my mother's boyfriend, and two of my uncle's friends. So there was 8 of us eating on one fish. We had no sides. It was nothing but fried fish. Hey, Adam. How are you doing today, y'all? This is Adam, like a Bully Homestead. He is going to be about 35 minutes from me, where I'm going. About 30 minutes, huh, Adam? We are packing up and we are heading out. Tonight's the night. And I was just a little overwhelmed. So I just came on to kind of talk to my friends and cry a little bit. Oh, I bet you were, Lori. I would have wanted to catch that 6-foot thing too. But yeah, that one catfish fed 8 of us and had no sides, and we had leftovers. 30 minutes south of Mountain Grove. Okay, yeah, so you'll probably be about 45 minutes from me. So I'm leaving my home of 40 years, well, almost 40 years. Like I'll be 40 in November. And like I was telling the girls earlier, my grandmother married my step grandfather in 1984, and we moved on this property. And I mean, it's my mother's land. She bought it from our grandparents, and my sister's moving in whenever I move out. But I mean, I'm leaving. Oh, now you just want some catfish? Yeah, you're gonna have to show me where some good fishing spots are up there because I really love to fish, and I love catfish, and I love shoe pick. And like I was telling the ladies, I love shoe pick. And a lot of people think it's a trash fish and they don't eat it because it's too dry. You just have to know how to cook it and clean it. And it is just like catfish, just not as oily. So I love it. When y'all get sort of working, hit me up if you need a hand. Well, we're going to be spending tomorrow and the next day trying to clear off the spot for the trailer. And I'm leaving my cat here so my sister can watch because I have no way of keeping my cats around the campsite. And she has a tendency to run off if she doesn't like how things are going. So I want to wait until I get my shed there so I can lock her up in my shed for like 3 or 4 days so she knows where home is before I bring my cat up there. And being that I'm not going to have a shed for a few days, they're supposed to be delivering it on the 1st. But the land's been too wet. The guy hasn't been able to clear off everything. And the spot we can't put the shed is too close to the road for the covenants. It has to be 100 feet from the road. And the covenants say that, and it would only be about 50 foot, which is okay for a fence, but not okay for a permanent structure. So you're still learning to fish in there. Creeks are new world for me. A good couple, you see, and I'm more of a river fisher. Like, I mean, I'm Southeast Louisiana. I mean, we have rivers and swamps and bayous everywhere. So that's what I'm used to fishing in. Like right behind my home, we have Henderson Bayou. And before they built the 5 subdivisions and moved the cow pasture and everything, I used to go walk down there and fish all the time. Oh, Erin, good morning. Yes, you got here. I just had a little bit of a, mental moment, nervous breakdown. I'm leaving tonight. Um, I'm trying to get all my electronics charged up because, as y'all know, off grid, I have a generator, but my solar's not coming until next week. So, and it's going to come in here. So I have to drive back down here to make a second trip. And I told my sister, because she's going to be in my trailer. So she's going to be here. And I told her I had a little solar system coming in to just, keep it put up for me. But half my stuff's already packed away. I still got clothes and stuff to bag up. And tonight, as soon as the chickens go to bed, your husband was called a river rat? Yeah. Definitely a river rat. I mean, honestly, y'all, I don't know if y'all ever watched Swamp People, but the Guys brothers, where one passed away. Yeah, they literally, I mean, 2 miles down the road, I grew up knowing them boys forever. And whenever they ended up on TV, we all flipped out. We're like, wait a minute, huh? You want to talk about off-grid living? They've been doing it their whole lives. Thank you, Lori. Aaron says, you are going to do great, sweetie. So proud of you. This is a very big step you're taking on this journey. Yes. And I don't know if Adam's still in here, but I mean, he did this same thing a little over a year ago. Just, of course, he went. I think he had a camper trailer whenever he started his. And now he's living in a shed. I'm going straight to the shed with no camper trailer. Part of me wishes I would have bought that camper trailer, y'all. Part of me wishes I would have bought that camper trailer instead of that shed. Oh, you love that show? Yeah. But the two brothers that were like always off grid and eating squirrel brains and stuff, yeah, they literally 5 minutes from me, like where they were filming all that was literally like right down the road, 100%. I mean, my uncles grew up with them boys, you know, they were friends and then enemies and they fought and beat each other up and then whatever. But we've known them boys our whole lives, you know, and next thing you know, they're on TV. And in fact, me and my uncle were asked to be in a couple of episodes and we were like, no, thank you. We're good. Like, no, we don't know. Because it's kind of, I mean, the stuff we do around here, I mean, I guess part of it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, the fact that, I mean, we eat squirrel brains and pig brains and turtle, you know, like everything on the turtle gets eaten and used. And I just didn't want to blast that out on TV. I mean, like, you look at a beef brisket. A beef brisket is a wonderful, wonderful, amazing cut of meat. Beef brisket is out of this world in price right now because 20 years ago or 30 years ago, someone came down here and tasted the way we do it in the South. And I'm not just talking about just Louisiana. I mean, there's Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, you know, I mean, the whole South. If the cows are standing, it's a good day to fish in and said, you see, me, I go fish when the cows are eating. If the cows are eating, the fish are biting. That was, yeah, and if they're laying down, they're not eating. So, kind of like the same thing. Like if the cows are eating, the fish are biting. My husband and my son went to the store. They had to go pick up, well, we need some coffee. Until I got to find out where I need to put my mailbox up because I have my address, but I don't have a mailbox up yet, and I don't know where we're putting the mailboxes because I know down my easement road the mailman's not going to come back there. Oh, you're feeding the dogs. My dog's going crazy. My husband must be trying to back the trailer up. He's better than me. I cannot back that trailer up. He thought about unhooking it before we went to the store, and he's like, I haven't driven our trailer in a long time. I think I need to practice with it a little bit before we get it out on the road. So he just, instead of unhooking the trailer, he just took it with him to go to the store. But we had to get some coffee before I get, you know, to Missouri. And I can't find my community coffee, which I'm going to get it shipped to me once I get my mailbox. But I have to find out where we're putting the mailboxes because I called the 911 coordinator and got me an address. But I can't get my coffee shipped to me until I get, you know, a mailbox. Which I plan on getting a P.O. box as soon as I get up there. And I will give y'all that in case in case y'all want to send me anything, a letter telling me it's going to be okay or something. It's nice and getting handwritten things. Um, so I plan on doing that, but I need to find out where to put the mailbox because there's a lot more stuff that I need to buy. We have our wood burning stove picked out. It's like almost $1,000 though. And my husband's home. My son's home. I feel better. Oh God, I feel so much better. Oh yeah, 47 degrees. I wish. Girl, I'm in Michigan. We caught crawfish delicious, and our daughter even tried them at 5 and 11. Oh yeah, crawfish, man, a good crawfish bowl. I mean, I grew up eating crawfish. I mean, I eat crawfish, everything, crawfish etouffee, crawfish bisque. And that's one thing. I'm a good cook, y'all. I'm a good cook when it comes to Southern food. I mean, y'all have seen me cook a few dishes if you've watched them. The crawfish are called red claws, actually an invasive species. Yeah, I think it was in Michigan a couple of years ago. Someone brought some crawfish up and let them out, and they took over the like lakes and stuff. And they were talking about how they were so intrusive and causing havoc to the ecosystem. And our news was sitting there going, I mean, just send them up here. We'll just send y'all down some recipes. I mean, crawfish is good eating. And they're trying to eradicate them and get rid of them. We're like, no, just like make a crawfish pond and keep them until they get size, and then pull them out and boil them. They're perfect. My neighbor across the street, Miss Joyce, she's a widow. Her husband and my uncle. Her husband owned a construction company, and he also fished alligator, hunted, and crawfished. In season, so construction kind of slowed down there. And he died actually on the river crawfishing, and that was the best. That gives Miss Joyce so much comfort knowing her husband died doing something he loved. He didn't die in the construction field because I mean he did that because he had to. It wasn't a passion of his. Alligator hunting and crawfishing was his passion, and that's how he died. He had a heart attack out on the water crawfishing. So, well, he technically didn't die until he was in the ambulance on the way back. But I mean, if his partner wouldn't have got him to shore in enough time, he would have died on the water, which would have been perfect for him. Troy is what inspired your husband to make them. To make what did I miss? The crawfish. Well, Troy, I've never met Troy. Like I don't know Troy. Now Liz's daughter is a really good friend of mine's baby mama. He passed away unfortunately, but she did have a child with a really good friend of mine. Although I never met her, I would hang out with him all the time, and then all of a sudden he's like, "I got a baby," and I'm like, "What do you mean you got a baby? When were you with a girl?" Like, I haven't seen you with a girl in forever. But I don't know Troy. I never met Liz, but I, know of her. But those two brothers that were in Ascension Parish, I grew up with them. Like my uncle, well, I didn't grow up with them. My uncles grew up with them, and I mean, I grew up knowing them. They grew up a couple years before me. And yeah, my dog is crying because they see my husband and my son out in the yard. But y'all, this is it tonight. I'm packing up. I'm heading out. Ooh, the creeks there have tons of crawfish at them. I can't wait. You ever been to a good crawfish bowl, Adam? I'm gonna have to hook you up. Of course, it's gonna take some while. I mean, you got to get. I mean, to feed my family, I need at least 2 stacks of crawfish. To feed company, I'm gonna need at least 3. And each sack is what, 50 pounds? So we're looking at 150 pounds of crawfish. Glenn, Mitch, Liz, and Troy. I can't even remember the brothers' names, but I grew up with it. But yeah, some of that seemed very scripted, especially when it got to the boys down and do a video of a crawfish boil. Oh, I would have to get a burner pot. I don't have a crawfish pot right now. We call it a crawfish pot, but we fry turkeys in it too. So, although I've been to good ones, I don't know if they were proper boils. Okay, I feel you on that because everybody does their crawfish different. Me personally, I don't like sweet crawfish, but I like with the lemon and all that in it, and it's kind of sweet. No, I don't like that. And a lot of people, even around here, do that. It's just kind of like your gumbo. You know, you'll have 90% of the Southwood, oh no, tomatoes don't go in gumbo, And I personally do not put tomatoes in my gumbo, but I'm on a live. I'm doing a live. Like I'm broadcasting it. Okay. Just letting my child know. But tomato in gumbo is a Creole gumbo. So my family personally, we do a Cajun style. We don't put any tomato in it. We do the dark roux, the chicken sausage. There's no tomato in it. Y'all hear some noise, I'm sorry. I'm sitting at the kitchen table and they're coming in with a few things, cat food and coffee and stuff. Yes, blending Mitch. Oh, look, y'all. I haven't had one of these in forever. I prefer the coffee flavor, but I guess they didn't have any. Oh, yeah, my husband come bearing gifts. He knew I was anxious this morning. But, I mean, I've had gumbo with tomato in it. It tastes fine. It tastes completely fine. I've had red jambalaya. I personally do not like red jambalaya. I like my brown jambalaya, putting tomato in jambalaya. I personally don't care for that at all. But people love it. And I refuse to let any tomato touch my cast iron because that tomato flavor will stay in it forever. And I don't care how much you season it, how much you burn it out. Thank you for stopping by, Adam. Thank you. I'm gonna try to get in touch when I get up there because I need to get some rabbits from you as soon as I get set up for them. I really need to get some rabbits. I want some breeder rabbits. So I'm gonna get up with you as soon as I get set up for them. Okay. Be safe. Have fun out there. But yeah, I mean, there's people stand by their guns on everything. Like I went to seafood. Someone had a seafood gumbo. I went to the house and they lifted the pot, y'all, and they had crabs, shrimp, crawfish. That gumbo probably costs about a good $300 to put together. Like that's what they have. Oh, you have 3 breeding pairs left. I want a trio. I want 1 buck and 2 does. I think will be sufficient. That's what my grandpa had whenever he raised up his 12 kids, and I think that'll be sufficient for me. Just a trio. Like I don't want a breeding pair. I want 2 does and a buck. So I guess I can take the other buck and eat him. Buy 2 pairs and eat one of the bucks. That'll be fine. We'll talk about it when I get up there and I get ready for them because right now I'm not ready for the rabbits. You could do that. Just hit you up. Okay. Well, I'll figure out a way to get in touch with you whenever I get up there. I mean, we go on each. This is my first live, but I'm on your live. We'll figure out something, an email, a telephone call, something. Thank you for stopping by. I'm just, a little bit stressed right now. I'm leaving today. Wait, rabbits are called bucks and does. So yes, rabbits are called bucks and does also. Rabbits are bucks and does. So you see, we all learn something new every day. But yep, a rabbit is a buck. Well, a male rabbit is a buck. It's funny, you tell people you want a buck and two does, they're like, what you gonna do with 3 deer in your freezer? I'm like, a lot, but that's not what I'm talking about. You might not be proper, but there is flat out wrong. Okay, adding that to the now I know list. Okay. Yeah, that I find that very interesting. Like how many things in the animal world, you know. But yes, rabbits are bucks and does. Okay, so we're talking about the wrong way. Definitely a wrong way of cooking what? Anything? As long as you're don't call your chocolate cake with coconut pecan icing German chocolate cake. If you don't use German chocolate to make your cake, then you're good. When you don't use German chocolate. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of coconut. Okay. I'm not shaking anymore. I'm not crying anymore. Y'all were very good for me on that. How are y'all doing today? Oh, alligator jerky. I love alligator. I love alligator, like alligator sauce pecan. Mm. I made an alligator sauce pecan one year for my birthday, and Chef John False, who I personally know, and his brother Baboy. His brother Baboy actually was the one who caught the alligator for me. He was an alligator hunter, and I, I got the. Sorry, Shannon, I'm about to catch up and read that before to finish saying what I was saying. But I made an alligator sauce pecan, and Baboy came in and tasted it and called his brother. He did not know I knew his brother. I did not enlighten him on that. Me and Chef John Foss, I love him to death, but an incident happened whenever I was 16 years old. And we have both kind of played it up since it happened whenever I was 16 years old. But Chef John Foss came to the bar that I owned whenever I cooked alligator sauce pecan, and he tasted it and tried to buy my recipe from me for $10,000. And I laughed at him in his face. Y'all, I could not write that recipe down if I wanted to, first of all. Second of all, it kind of goes into play with what happened whenever I was 16. Um, he went to culinary school with a guy who owned a small mom and pop restaurant around here. I don't know if y'all are familiar with who Chef John Foss is, but he basically they filmed a movie down here and he had a little restaurant and the actors went to the restaurant and tasted the food and fell in love with Louisiana food. This was way back in the day, like in the 70s. And next thing you know, he's cooking at White Houses and at movie premieres, and he kind of got famous because someone tasted Cajun food. I'm not saying he's not a great chef. He is. I'm just saying that, grandma down the street cooks it a hell of a lot better than he does. But the celebrities that found him didn't know that. They just thought that he was an amazing chef after eating the Cajun food, which, I mean, he's a great chef, don't get me wrong. But the guy who owned a little mom and pop restaurant and John went to school together. And I was 16 years old. My mother would drop me off at work on Wednesday, y'all, and not come back and pick me up until Tuesday. And Tuesdays was paydays. He had a camper trailer behind the restaurant that I would go and take showers in and change clothes. And I would literally sleep in the restaurant because there was so much work to do. And I wasn't in school. I had just woke up from my coma and I couldn't go to school. And he was paying me half under the table half, with paychecks, because I was really breaking a lot of child labor laws working there, the amount of hours I was. But he used to get there every morning at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to start cooking the lunch specials for the day. And I woke up and went, took me a shower and got dressed for the day. And I came into the kitchen and I just started setting up the po' boy station. So I'm cutting an onion. And all of a sudden, I heard this person who turned out to be Chef John Falls walk up to the restaurant, like into the kitchen, and go, "What's the matter, Daryl? You ain't taught your girls how to cut an onion yet?" And Daryl turned around like, "It's getting cut, ain't it?" And it offended me. I mean, I'm 16 years old. Like, I mean, I've been cutting onions since I was 4. Okay, I'm not a chef. I don't cut an onion like a chef. I'm not as quick or whatever. Not to mention, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I just slept on a dining room table, for heaven's sake. Don't come in there talk about how I'm cutting up an onion. So from that moment on, it's just been like this kind of like rival between us. Like, I was his waitress once at Waffle House, and he tipped me $100 bill under his plate because I didn't take his order. I took his niece's order that was in there because someone was having surgery at the hospital down the street, knee surgery, a relative. And they both gave me their orders, and I brought his niece her food. I didn't even take his order. So then she had to order for him, and I brought the food. And whenever they left, I had $100 bill under the table. Every time this man sees me, he gives me like $100 bill to apologize for this onion. And as long as he's going to give me $100 bill, y'all, am I really going to tell him it's fine? I mean, this happened 25 years ago. I mean, seriously, every time he sees me, he gives me $100. And he's a multimillionaire. I mean, I know he can afford it. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. He offered me $10,000 for a recipe, and I laughed at him because, first of all, I don't even know my recipe. Every summer they come up, wear sweatpants and sweatshirts. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you wear a lot of sweatpants, sweatshirts. I had a teacher whenever I was in the second grade told me that her son moved to Canada, and she went up there and she's wearing 3/4 sleeves and shivering, and the grandkids are outside running around in shorts and t-shirts, and she's like, "I don't understand how." All right, y'all. I think I'm gonna get off here. I got a lot to do. I appreciate y'all like just coming in and just showing me some support and me talking about all this stuff, laying around, recovering today, got home from the hospital, a series of kicks. Oh, Aaron. I pray for y'all every day. I pray for y'all every single day. All of y'all. All day. But right now, y'all, I need these prayers. Oh, you can't lose. You're calling it excess? Oh, no. 7 hours instead of three. I appreciate it, Aaron. I really do. And I mean, I pray for you every day. I pray for Shannon every day. I pray for Kat every day, and Chrissy and Crystal. And I pray for everybody every day. You see, that's me right now, Lori. With my hold on, with my stomach problems, I am in so much pain. Oh, hey, Allie. but I'm in so much pain. And whenever I go up to Missouri, y'all, I don't hurt. I'm moving today, Allie. I'm moving tonight. I'm moving tonight. I know you're probably at work. Yeah, I used to work with Allie whenever I was a CNA. Allie was my preceptor who taught me, one of my preceptors who taught me, and we became fast friends. Oh, okay, I'm gonna take that off. Babies. Y'all, she was like the best person to teach me. She's so compassionate and so loving and all right, y'all. I really need to finish packing. So, Allie, I hate you just got on and I gotta go, but today's moving day, and I was kind of having like a little bit of a mental breakdown. So I figured I would come on and stream for my first time ever. But y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. I've got some more packing to do, and I honestly don't see myself filming this. I was gonna try to film it, but I'm praying for you all. Keep me in your prayers tonight when the chickens go to bed. We are officially heading out as soon as we get the coop put up. Oh, Cooper is not going to know what happened. Cooper's going to go in his coop and he's going to go to sleep. And then his coop is going to move around some and it's going to end up in the back of the truck while he's in it sleeping. And then a lot of chickens are going to get thrown on top of him, but he's still going to be sleeping, so he's not going to know about it. And then he's going to wake up in a whole different state. So I think Cooper's going to be okay. He's going to be sleeping, and sleeping chickens are very docile. So I don't think he's even going to know it hits him until he opens his eyes and we let him out of the coop. And he is in, 14 acres of ticks, and y'all, the ticks are so bad. They're gonna have a field day just eating the bugs and the little critters around there. So I mean, last night, y'all, I found a dead mouse inside the chicken coop. And I was like, okay, well, at least it didn't make it to my house because I hate that. I see vegan or vegetarian fed chicken eggs at the store. Like, I'm sorry, how can you be 100% sure those chickens did not eat bugs and rats? Because my chickens will tear a rat in half and suck everything out of it. So just because you are oh, they're selling eggs for more because supposedly these chickens were only fed vegetables and grain and no bugs. I'm sorry, unless you keep there's no way to keep that little spider or that little fly out of there because that chicken's going to catch it and eat it. So you cannot 100% be sure that your chicken did not eat any protein before or any live animal before you got the egg. Okay, anyways. More rambling. But yes, I think Cooper's going to be fine. Although, y'all, I did have to call the cops the other day, and the cops are over here, and I tried to put chickens up while the cops are here. So that's another story. That's a story for another time. And he started coming out because the babies and the mamas are out with the babies. Right, Aaron. It's not possible for a chicken to be a vegetarian, but they are actually selling chicken eggs in American supermarkets that says that they are vegetarian fed chicken eggs. Chickens are not vegetarians. They will go for something moving and eat it before they go for a vegetable. I mean, yeah, they love cabbage and lettuce and all the greens, but they will go for that bug over there first. I don't care what you put down in front of them, they want that live meat first. And I mean, I've seen my chickens rip a mouse apart. But hey, you know what? It keeps the mice from getting in my house, and I ain't had a mouse problem. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Okay, I forgot where I was going, y'all, but I really need to get off here. I've got so much I've got to do. But I think the birds are going to be fine. But with us pulling that 6x12 trailer, we can only go 55. So my 10-hour trip might turn into like a 12 or 13-hour trip. And that's the only thing I'm worried about with the chickens. and didn't know that chickens would go. Oh, yes, a chicken will eat a whole mouse. Yeah, a chicken will eat a chicken. A chicken will eat a chicken. I had to kill a hen a couple years ago because she pecked the brains out of another chicken, and I didn't want her to do it to another one, so I had to cull her because I don't want a chicken eater in my flock. But yes, she killed a chicken, her peer, the same size. It's not like it was a baby or something. She killed one of her peers and ate the brains out of it straight through the eyeball. I know that's disgusting. That is so disgusting. But that is exactly what my chicken did. Okay. All right. Well, I love you guys. And like Adam goes to Walmart to stream his lives, or at least he did until he got good internet at his house. So I'll probably be sitting in my truck streaming lives at Walmart. But I love you guys, and I'm gonna try to get a video up as soon as I can. I was gonna try to film this part of the move, but it's not gonna happen. I might film us clearing out the spotted land, or I'm definitely gonna film that and film where them moving the shed in. I don't know if that's gonna be one video or two videos. It depends on how much footage I get cleaning out land, which we're gonna be cleaning for 2 days. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of footage, but how boring is it gonna be? Y'all just watching us cut up stuff with a chainsaw and drag them to the side. I mean, that'll be good for a little clip, but I mean, I don't want y'all to see, 20 hours of it. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Lori. I love you guys. Hey, let me get off here now. Bye-bye.